Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. So we're going to start with grade 8 maths. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have select math from the subject tab. Then scroll down to grade 8 maths. Then click on view all lessons and we're going to start with chapter proportional relationships. So we are actually already working on the chapter that is proportional relationship. So the lesson we're going to start with is find the constant of proportionality word problems. The lesson name is find the constant of proportionality word problems. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So let's start with the topic. We are on grade 8 maths. The chapter name is proportional relationships and the lesson name is find the constant of proportionality over problems. Got it? Let's start with examples. Okay, here is the topic. Okay, let me read the first one. Janelle grew 9 plants with 3 seed packets. Then later in the season, she grew 15 plants using 5 seed packets. How many plants can Janelle grow with 1 seed packet? Got it? Okay, so proportional quality quantities have a constant ratio. The constant ratio is called the constant of variation, and the constant of variation often represents a rate or a cost. Got it? So you have to find the one. So first of all, you have to find the relationship of the values. Got it? So let's start with the relationship of the values. So we have number of seeds, number of seeds in the packet form, and the number of plants. So the number of 9 plants from 3 seeds, it would be variable x, it would be okay, 9 plants by 3 seed packets, and then you have 15 plants using 5 seed packets. 5. Okay, so let's just find constant of variation. So for the constant of variation, you have to do y over x, just divide y by the x. Got it? It would be then for the first, it would be 9 over 3. So 9 over 3 is 3 times 3 is 9. Got it? For this one, you have to do 15 over 5. So it would be 5 divided by 3 is 50. 5 times 3 is 15, would be 3. That means the constant of variation is 3 for both the values. Got it? That means with one, if you have just one seed packet, you can grow, the constant ratio is 3. You can grow 3 of the plants. Got it? So it would be 3. Janelle grow 3 plants per seed packet. That means with if you have just one seed pack, you can grow 3 of the plants. Got it? Okay. Molly learned a total of 10 appetizer recipes over the course of 5 weeks of a culinary school. A while later, she learned 14 appetizers recipe over the span of 7 weeks. How many appetizers recipe does Molly learn per week? Got it? So you have appetizers and the time duration, number of appetizers in the time, time and number of appetizers. Okay, so 10 appetizers over the 5 week, 10 appetizers over the 5 week, it would be X and it would be Y. And then you have 14 appetizers and over the week of 7 duration. Got it? Now you have to find the number of um, constant of variation, sorry, not number, constant of variation. So for constant of variation, you need to do y over x. Y over x you have to do. So it would be y and it would be x. The number of appetizers would be y. The time duration is x. So it would be y over. For the first value, you have to do 10 over 5. It would be 2. For the second value, you have to do 14 over 7. It would be, yes, it would be 2. That means the number of recipes per week she can learn is 2. Got it? It would be Molly learned 2 appetizers recipe per week. Got it? Okay, let's start with the test questions. Okay, that's the one we did on tutorial. Janelle grew 9 plants with 3 seed packets. Then later in the season, she grew 15 plants using 5 seed packets. How many plants can Janelle grow with 1 seed packet? It would be 3. That's the one we did on the tutorial. Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay. Harlot's Auto Wash had revenues of $12 from 2 customers. At another point, the auto wash earned $18 in revenue from 3 customers. How much revenue does Harlot's Auto Wash have per customer? Okay, so you have revenues and customers. Revenue and customers. So for the first one, it is 12 revenue and 2 customers, and another point it has 18 revenue and 3 customers. Got it? It would be y and it would be x. You have to find, yes, you have to find the variation, constant of variation. It would be y over x. So you have to do 12 over 2, it would be 6, and 18 over 3, it would be 6. That means it would be 6. That means if per week, um, per customer, he can make $6 revenue. Got it? Okay, good. Yes, very good, Demi. And okay, Harry took a total of 12 quizzes over the course of 6 weeks. At a school vacation, after a school vacation, he took 14 quizzes over the span of 7 weeks. How many quizzes does Harry take per week? It would be it would be 12 divided by 6. You have 2 and then 14 divided by 7. So it is, yes, very good. It is 2. That means per week he can do 2 quizzes. Got it? Good. Very good. Okay, Anita took a total of 8 pages of notes during 2 hours of class. Then later in the year, she took 16 pages of notes during 4 hours of class. How many pages of notes does Anita take during an hour of class? It would be 8 divided by 2 and 16 divided by 4. So it would be, yes, very good. It would be 4. So just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is Sydney spent 3 minutes while routing 3 phone calls. Later in the day, she spent 15 minutes on the phone routing 15 phone calls. How many minutes does it take to route one phone call? Very good. It takes just 1 minute. Divide for the 3 divided by 3 and 15 divided by 15. So both of them have the constant value, that is 1. Got it? Okay. You can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next topic. Okay, the next topic is solve problems involving proportional relationships. Let me write down the lesson name, then we'll start with the examples. Okay, it would be solve problems involving proportional relationships. Okay, let's start with an example. Okay, and this equation shows how the total cost of visiting the art museum as a member is related to the number of visits. C equals 5V. The variable V represents the number of visits to the art museum and variable C represents the total cost of those visits. For a member of the art museum, what is the total cost for 4 visits? Got it? So the relationship is C equals 5V. C represents the cost and V represents the visits. So when you're if you have 4 visits, you have to find the value of the cost is 5. Just replace V with the value. So value of the V given is 4. So then cost equals 5 times 4 is $20. That means if the total visits are 4, the cost for the 4 visits is $20. Got it? Okay. This equation show how the amount when earns from babysitting depends on the number of hours he work. D equals 13, 13H. The variable H represents the number of hours babysitting and the variable D represents the amount of money earned. After a total of 1 hour of babysitting, how much money will Ben have earned? Got it? It would be D equals 13H. H is the number of hours she work and D is the amount of babysitting. Total amount. So it would be H equals, you are given H equals 1. Just replace H with the value, it would be 13 times 1. So 13 times 1 is 13. That means if she work 1 hour, she will earn $13. Got it? And let's start with the test questions. Yes, very good. Okay, this equation shows how the total number of books Jack has read depends on the number of months he has been part of a book club. B equals 7M. The variable VM represents the number of months he has been a member of the book club, and the variable B represents the number of books that he has read. After belonging to the book club for 1 month, how many books will Jack have read in all? Got it? So you have the relationship that is B equals 7M. B is the number of books, and M is the number of months. Got it? So if he belongs to the book club for just 1 month, so what is the value of the how many books he can read? It would be 1. Just replace M with the value 1. Sorry, it would be 7. Just replace M with the value 1. So 7 times 1 is 7. Very good. It is 7. Okay, the next one is the equation shows how the amount of time that a receptionist named William spends on the phone is related to the number of phone calls he routes to employee. T equals 5p. The variable p represents the number of phone calls he routes, and the variable t represents the number of minutes he is on the phone. If he routes one phone call, how much time will William have spent on the phone? In total, it would be m equals 1. Sorry, p equals 1. You just have to replace the p in the equation. It would be then 5 times 1. That means 5 times 1 is 5. That means for one phone call, the time is 5 minutes. Got it? Very good, Demi. It is 5. Just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, the equation shows how the number of flowers Anita can have in her garden is related to the number of seeds packet she purchases. F equals 9s. The variable s represents the number of seed packets she purchases, and the variable f represents the total number of flowers in the garden. With one seed packet, how many flowers did Anila can have in her garden? So you have to replace the s with value that is 1. So it would be the 9 times 1 is 9. Yes, very good. The answer is 9. Just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, this equation shows how the total number of necklaces Wendy owns in is related to the amount of money she spent on additional necklaces. N equals D. The variable D represents the amount of money she spent on additional necklaces, and the variable N represents the total number of necklaces she owns. With $10 to spend on new necklaces, how many total necklaces can Wendy own? D, you are given the value of D is 10, so it would be, then the value of N is, yes, very good, N has the value 10. Got it? Just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, this equation shows how number of Daniel earns from yard work depending on the number of hours he works. D equals 5h. The variable h represents the number of hours spent doing yard work, and the variable represents T represents the amount of money earned. After doing a total of 2 hours of yard work, much money will Daniel have earned? So you have to replace H with the 2. So it would be then 2 times 5. So 2 times 5 is, yes, very good, it is 10. 2 times 5 makes 10. The equation shows how Ryan's earnings are related to the amount of time he spent working at the drugstore. M equals 12 times H. The variable H represents the amount of time he spends working at the drugstore, and the variable M represents the amount of money earned. After spending 1 hour working at the drugstore, how much money will Ryan earn? Yes, very good. It is 12. If he works for 1 hour, it will be 12 times 1. 12 times 1 is 12. So that means he can make $12 by working just 1 hour. Got it? Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. This equation shows how the cost of a corporate team building event depends on the number of attendees. D equals 5a. The variable A represents the number of attendees, and the variable D represents the cost in dollars. If there are 4 attendees, how much will the corporate team building event cost? D equals 5 times A. You have the value of A equals 4. So the answer is, 5 times 4 is, yes, it is 20. That means if there are 4 attendees, then the team will cost $20. Got it? Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next topic. So if you need more help with the topic, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Got it? Now we're going to start with the final test of the chapter. Let's start with the final test. Okay, this table shows how the number of cakes Dayton can bake is related to the number of eggs he has. So the number of x is 10, the number of cakes is y. If the number of x is 12, number of cakes is 12. How many cakes can be made with one egg? You have to do y divided by x, so it would be one cake. That means if with you by using one egg, he can make just one cake. Got it? Select the graph that shows a proportional relationship between x and y. So which is the correct option? Option 1 or option 2? Which graph represents the proportional relationships? Option 1, very good, because the graph of the proportional relationships must start with a 0 with the origin like this one. This is the origin where x and y both of the values are 0, and it is a straight line. Got it? So it is a proportion graph of the proportional relationships. Got it? Okay. The table shows how the number of quizzes Kira has even taken in high school depends on the number of weeks she has attended school this quarter. So the number of weeks is X and the total number of quizzes is Y. So in 2 weeks she can take quizzes, and in 3 weeks she can take 12 quizzes. You have to do Y for the constant of variation. You have to do Y over X. It would be 8 over 2 and 12 over 3. So 4 times 2 is 8 and 3 times 2 times 4 is 8 and 3 times 4 is 12. It would be 4 quizzes. Got it? The table shows how the total number of podcasts Derek buys in is related to the number of days he spent on vacation. Number of vacation date of days of vacation or X is 2, and number of postcards is Y, that would be 10. And the other some at some other point it would be number of days is 3 and number of postcards is 5. How many postcards does Derek buy during one day of vacation? You have to do Y over X. So 10 over 2 is 5 and 15 over 3 is 5. That means he can buy 5 postcards per day. Yes, it is 5 postcards. Sorry. I thought I selected the answer. Okay, the next one is find the missing number to complete the linear equation. That gives the rule for the table. X equals 1, 2, 3, 4, and y equals 21. So which option is the correct one? Y equals 21x and y equals 22x. You can just check by putting the value in the options. Got it? So the values are 1, 2, 3, 4, and the y is 21, 42, 63, and 84. So just check for the first option, y equals 21x. Just replace x with 1. It would be 121 times 1 is 21. That means when x is 1, y is 21. Let's just check with another value, x equals 2, y equals 21 times 2. It would be 2 times 1 is 242. Yes, the second option, the option 1 is the correct one, because when you substitute the values of y, you will get the same x values as the table. Got it? So it would be option number 1. Very good. This equation shows how the amount Daniel earns from yard work depends on the number of hours he worked. D equals 5h. The variable the variable h represents the number of hours spent during yard work, and the variable d represents the number of money earned. After doing a total of 2 hours of yard work, how much money will Daniel have earned? So D equals 5h and h has the value 2. So D equals 5 times 2 is, it would be 10. Very good. Just select the correct option, then click on the OK button. Okay, Megan's birthday party will cost $12 if she invites 4 guests. If she invites 5 guests, it will cost $15. What is the cost per guest? You have to do 12 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And you have to do 15 divided by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. That means you have to 3 $3 cost per guest. Got it? So just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, the equation shows how the number of flowers Anita can have in her garden is related to the number of seeds packets she purchases. F equals 9s. The variable s represents the number of seed packets she purchases, and the variable f represents the total number of flowers in the garden. With one seed packet, how many total flowers can Anita have in her garden? It would be, yes, it would be 9. 9 times 1 is 9, so it would be 9. Just select the correct option and then click on the what happened OK button. Okay, find a missing number to complete the linear equation uh, that gives the rule of this table. So the rule for the table is y equals 18x or y equals 19x. Yes, it would be y equals 19x. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next topic. Basically, we're going to start with the next chapter because we are done with the one we are working. That is, we are working on the proportional relationships. So we are just done with proportional relationships. Just click on the back button and start with the new chapter, that is unit of measurement. Let's start with the new chapter. Chapter name is unit of measurement, and the lesson we're going to start with is convert rates and measurements customary units. Convert rates and measurements customary units. Okay, let's start with examples. Okay, 11 pound equals how many ounces? So basically we already know in 1 pound how many ounces do we have. Now we are going to see 11 pounds equal 11 pound, and we know that in 1 pound we have 16 ounces. Got it? So you have 1 over 1 pound divided by 16 ounces, so it would be 11 over the missing value. Got it? So you have to do 1 times 11 to make it 11, so you need to do 16 times 11. Got it? To find the, so 11 times 16 is, yes, very good, it is 11 times 16, and 11 times 16 is, yes, it would be 176. That means it equals 176 ounces. So if you have 11 pounds, then you have 176 ounces. Got it? Okay, 64 cups equals how many quarts? 16 cups equals how many quarts? So 1 quart equal 4 cups. So 1 quart divided by 4 cups, then 6, how many quarts do we have in 16 cups? Got it? So here you have, no, 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 no. You don't need to add them. You have to multiply them. Got it? You need to do 11 times 16, not 11 plus 16. You can just revise the topic. We have the equivalent fractions. That exactly the same thing we are doing. Got it? Okay, like now you have to compare these two. Here you have 4 and here you have 16. So how can you make 4 times, what number makes 16? 4 times 4 makes 16. So just multiply both of them by, that means 4 times 1 is 4. That means in 16 cups equals 4 quarts. Got it? If you have any question, any confusion, you can ask. I'll answer all your confusions and the questions if you have any. Got it, everyone? That's exactly the same thing we can do with equivalent fractions. Got it? Okay, let's start with the test questions. Okay, good. 88 pounds equals how many ounces? Okay, 88 pounds equals how many ounces? And we know that in 1 ounce we have 16 pounds, isn't it? Oh, no, no, no. I think I have written in 1 pound we have 16 ounces. Pound is a smaller unit than the ounces. Let me just, yes, 1 pound equals 16 ounces. I have written uh, 1 pound equal 16 ounces. Okay, just it is 1 over 16 pound over 16 ounces. Got it? Then you have 88 pounds You have to find how many ounces. Got it? So what you have to do, you have to, okay, you have to, here you have 1 and here you have 88. You have to make 88 here. 1 times 88 is 88. Got it? So you have to do 16 times 88. 16 times 88 is 1408. Got it? Yes, very good. It is 1408 ounces. Got it? That's exactly the same thing you have to do with the equivalent fractions. If you have any problem with the topic, you can just find the lesson equivalent fractions on the channel and just search the channel, find a video for the equivalent fractions and just review it. Got it, everyone? Okay, 11 pounds equals how many ounces? We know that 1 pound equals 16 ounces. 1 pound equal 16 ounces. So you have to do 11 over 11 pounds over how many ounces, and 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Got it? So you have to do 11 here, 1 times 11 and 16 times 11. So 1 times 11 makes 11 and 16 times 11 makes, yes, it is 176 ounces. Got it? You need to do 11 times 16 and it makes 176 ounces. Any problem, any confusion, please write the question in chat box if you have any. 32 ounces equals how many pounds? The correct option is, we know that 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Just do 32 over 1 and 16 over 1. So 16 times 2 makes 32. So 1 times 2 makes 2. So it would be 32 pounds in equals to 32 ounces equal 2 pounds. Got it? Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, 16 pounds equals how many? 16 ounces equal how many pounds? No, 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 no. Just have to do. You need to do you 16 times 2 makes 32. Got it? That means you have to do 1 pound time 1 times 2 is 2. That means in 32 ounces you have just 32 ounces equals 2 pounds. Got it? Okay, the one we are doing is it equals 1 pounds. Got it? Okay, 84 quarts equals how many gallons? In 1 gallon you have 4 quarts. Let me do it. 84 quarts equals, yes, it is 21. You have to divide it by the 4, so it would be 21. Got it? Okay, 69 teaspoons equals how many tablespoons? 16, in 1 teaspoon you have 3 tablespoons. So then 69 teaspoons equals, 23 tablespoons. You have to divide this by 3. Got it? It would be 23 tablespoons. Yes, very good. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. So we have covered 4 of the topics today. Three of the topics are from the chapter proportional relationships. We have done find the constant of proportionality word problems, solve problems involving proportional relationships, then the final test for the chapter. Then we started the new chapter, unit of measurement. We have done the first topic, that is convert rates and measurements customary units. Got it? So if you need more help with the topics, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Got it? Thank you all for your participation. Your participation is highly appreciated. Thank you all. See you in the next session. Please make sure before the next session you can complete all the test questions for the topics we did today. Got it? So see you in the next session. Thank you all. Bye.